guys, welcome back to another episode review. First of all, I'm sure you're probably wondering why I am in a forest right now. And that is because I'm living with my parents for the next little while due to super boring personal reasons that I won't bother you guys with, but I thought I would share this amazing day with you guys and film outside. So let's talk about that episode. Unlike last week where we bounced around a lot from scene to scene, it was really nice to have an episode where we kinda just stayed in one place, and that was of course at the wall. This was a fantastic episode. They took something that could have been a really boring, just hour-long fight, and they really changed it up into something amazing. You know, I've always kind of thought that the best fight scenes are the ones that, you know, they take on a personality of their own. They almost become a character. Like, think about, you know, very famous fights like Luke Skywalker getting his hand chopped off, or Aragorn charging into battle at the end of Return of the King. A battle or a fight done correctly really takes on a face of its own when you put these little kind of creative touches and elements into it. Like a giant firing a massive arrow that can just take out a structure, or getting a direwolf involved, or having a giant anchor that swings down from the wall, or having the cook or the butcher chop up people with his butcher knives. I think my favorite little touch that they added was having the archers on top of the wall kind of, like, swing them down kind of perpendicular to the wall at the very top and have them just shoot directly down at the people that are coming. It's stuff like this that changes, you know, just two sides firing arrows at each other or just swinging swords at each other into something that you'll suddenly remember, because with all this love and care put into it, it becomes a character of its own. It's as much alive as, you know, the wildlings or Jon and the Night's Watch that are fighting each other. The fight choreography here was really top-notch as well. There's this one shot in the courtyard of Castle Black that's like this, I don't know, like this 360 pan around of the camera, and you see about maybe 40 or 50 people all going at each other, and like, it doesn't seem like much, and it only lasts about 10 seconds, but like the amount of coordination and cooperation between everyone that goes into filming that scene is just incredible. So, as you can tell, I have absolutely nothing but praise for the fighting that went on in this episode and the battle itself, but let's talk about some story elements. Well, if you've read the books, you know that they've kind of combined two battle scenes into one here. The smaller group with Ygritte that comes up from the south is actually way before what happens with Mance Rayder coming at the wall from the north. But, I don't know. I don't think that we really lost anything by combining them. The only change I wasn't particularly fond of was the ending, but I don't know, I can't really go into that without talking about book spoilers, so I'll probably touch on it next week. You know, a lot of people have been saying that this was a Jon-centered episode, but the thing is, the person who has a character arc here is actually Sam. It's really a Sam episode. He goes into this battle a totally different person, and steps up in ways that he never would have in season 1 or 2. And the same goes for Pyp and Grenn and Ed, really. They're the ones that have they've transformed the most, and you feel the most proud of them for how far they've come. And speaking of which, oh my god, Pyp and Grenn. Probably my two favorite Night's Watch characters just get axed off in this episode when they're still very much alive in the books. Grenn dies in an epic way while stopping a giant from coming under the wall, which, I don't know, I honestly felt more heart-wrenching than Oberyn dying last week, but I don't know, maybe that was because I didn't know it was coming. And Pyp dies when Ygritte just shoots an arrow through his neck. This is the only thing I thought that was a little bit iffy, just because I don't know, I kind of lost a lot of sympathy for her dying after she killed Pyp. You know, I think what was kind of the cherry on the cake of this episode was Alliser Thorne, oddly enough. For the first time ever, we see him as, you know, more than just a bully to Jon. We see that he can admit when he's wrong, he's an extremely capable fighter, and, you know, at the end of the day, he wants what's best for the Night's Watch. You know, regardless of how he treats others, he's at this high rank for a reason. He's not just there to make Jon's life miserable. He obviously had his own story at some point. We just never got to see it. I only wish that we could have seen a little bit more of Janos Slynt in the same way, because, I mean, at the end of the battle, he's literally hiding in a corner, and it's like, you know, I don't think that he fails at life that badly. I don't know, they always say that the Kingsguard isn't what it used to be. Maybe he just got on there because he got lucky and he won favor with a lord or something. This was a really great episode, but I honestly, like, I can't imagine what next week is gonna look like. Like, I can't imagine. They just have so much to fit in, which is actually why I think that, saying this without spoilers, that they should have put one major plot point at the end of this episode instead of trying to cram it in with about 8 other things that they still need to cover in the last episode. So, I mean, I think next week is just gonna be so cramped with stuff, like, I can almost guarantee it. And I'm just sort of worried because in the episodes where a lot of things have happened, that's sort of where, you know, by covering everything a little bit, that's when everything suffers because you're not devoting a decent amount of time to it. Okay, I am now covered in mosquito bites, but let me know what you guys thought of the episode. And moreover, what are your predictions for next week? Also, somebody tell me, are fire arrows really that much more lethal than regular arrows? I know they look cooler, but it seems like it would kill the person the same way. Make sure you like and subscribe, because I'm starting a new series that I've been promising you guys for a while, and it's been taking me a while to get all the details ironed out. But, I think you guys are gonna like it. I really do. So, I've been Danzie, and I'll see you next time. Did I just find a werewood tree?